feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing, another cooking video, actually baking. I'm gonna be making a carrot cake. If you didn't know, Henrik's birthday is, please hold. If you didn't know, Henrik's birthday is August 25th and he loves cheesecake, carrot cake, anything with like cream cheese frosting, whatever. So randomly I was on Facebook and I was like scrolling through Facebook as you do. And I came across this recipe for carrot cake called To Die For Carrot Cake. And I was like, hello, if it's to die for, it's good enough for us. So I bought all the ingredients that you need to make this carrot cake. I've never heard of like using some of these ingredients. So we're gonna see how it goes. So this is what it looks like. And I mean, it looks amazing. Mine's not gonna look like that because I'm not a baker, but it looks amazing. So I bought everything that you need. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need. I'll also have the recipe in the description box down below if you wanna try it out. If it turns out good, we'll see. The whole reason why I'm making this video now is because we're having a party for Henrik on his actual birthday and I wanted to like make this for the party, but since I've never made it before, I was like, let's do a trial run because if it's terrible, like I would rather like us taste a terrible cake than like his family, my family, and like everybody else. Just, yeah, no, so trial run. So I'm gonna be using a KitchenAid mixer. You can just use a regular bowl if you don't have one of these. This is my dad's. I borrowed it back when we were having Easter at my house and I never gave it back. So sorry Dad, but I'm gonna be using a KitchenAid mixer. The recipe says you can use 3 8-inch cake pans if you want like a 3-layer cake or 2 9-inch cake pans. So I have 2 round 9-inch cake pans. So we're gonna be using those. It tells me to preheat my oven to 350, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so it's broken down into 3 steps, like 3 separate parts. So I'm gonna list off the ingredients that you're gonna need first. You're gonna need applesauce, granulated sugar, 3 eggs, flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, carrots, sweetened coconut, 1 cup of chopped nuts, vanilla, and crushed pineapple. That's all for the cake. And then the frosting is a separate recipe, which I'll talk about later. Okay, so I have all my ingredients here. First thing I'm gonna do is shred up my carrots because it calls for 2 cups of grated carrots, but all I could find was these matchstick carrots. So I'm going to blend them up. And my 3 room temperature eggs are over here, by the way. Okay, so the first step is to add 1 1/4 cups of unsweetened applesauce, 2 cups of granulated sugar, and 3 eggs at room temperature. So I took my eggs out about an hour ago and kind of like let them sit. They're still kind of cold, but my house is at 64 degrees, so they're not gonna be like warm. But I'm gonna measure my applesauce. I just found these little like unsweetened applesauce cups at Walmart, but you can probably find like the jar or whatever. It'd probably be easier, but this is what I found, so this is what I went with. I'm just gonna pour these directly into the measuring cup. All right, now you're gonna need 2 cups of granulated sugar. So I keep my sugar in my sugar canister. Just gonna rinse this. Okay, there's 1 cup. Okay, this is my 2nd cup. And then 3 eggs. Okay, so step 1's in the bowl. We're gonna move on to step 2. Also, I apologize for this terrible yellow lighting in my kitchen. It's just trash. Okay, so step 2 is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And it says you're gonna add number 2 to number 1. All right, now I'm gonna mix together step 1 and step 2. Okay, so now that your batter's mixed, and I just tried it, even though don't try raw eggs, and it's heavenly. So good. Okay. So the next step says you need 2 cups of grated carrots, 1 cup of chopped nuts. So I just bought some roasted pecans. I'm going to pour them in my blender and then just chop them up. But I wanted to tell you what I was doing first. You also need 1 cup of shredded sweetened coconut, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of Dole crushed pineapple with the juice. So the store that I went to, the only pineapple they had was the pineapple chunks and the pineapple slices. So I got the chunks and I'm just gonna crush them myself. But I'm gonna do the nuts first. So I'm gonna measure out 1 cup of nuts and then put it in my blender. I already grated my carrots, as you can see. They're over here. I recommend that if you have the option to get like the big carrots and you have a cheese grater, to do it that way, because this is not perfect and there are gonna be like some bigger chunks of carrots in there, which I don't really mind, but it would be easier if you had the big carrots and then grated them yourself. And it says that you can use whatever nuts you want, but I figured either pecans or walnuts, and pecans are what I could find and they're cheaper, so that's what I went with. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add the pineapple to this bowl, 1 cup of coconut, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I bought the imitation vanilla flavor because this was like $1 and the real vanilla is like 10, so you do what you do. And the recipe says to stir in part 3, so I'm just gonna stir this. All right, so then I'm gonna grease my pans with Baker's Joy. This is like a non-stick spray that has flour in it, so it's just gonna like decrease the chances of my cake sticking to the pan. So I'm going to coat that generously. All right, and then I'm gonna set these in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes since these are the 9-inch pans. If you're using 8-inch pans, the time's a little bit different. So make sure to check that in the recipe. Okay. Okay, it says 35 to 40 minutes, so I'm gonna do like 37 minutes. And start. Okay, so to make the frosting, you need 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is like your typical block. You need half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. You need a teaspoon of vanilla and 1 pound of powdered sugar. So that seems like a lot of sugar. Oh my God, I didn't realize it was a pound. Okay, and then it says you can top, like after you're done frosting the cake, you can top it with toasted pecans or coconut if you want to. So it says beat the butter and cream cheese until nice and fluffy, add in the vanilla and powdered sugar and beat until smooth. So it seems very easy. The frosting seems like the easiest part. I need to melt my butter though because it's frozen and I forgot to take it out.
so sad after this fucking movie.
All right, now we're just gonna ice the cakes. All these different angles. All right guys, so it may not be the prettiest cake because I really suck at frosting it, but it's frosted. I'm going to, the picture shows her putting like some chopped nuts in the middle and then coconut on the outside, so I'm gonna try to follow that. Who knows how it'll look, but you can kind of do whatever you want to the top. She also has like little like pipettes. I think that's what it's called when you do those like cute little like almost floral, almost like frosting flowers, but I don't have the tool, so we're gonna try it like this. Okay guys, so that's what mine looks like. I'm gonna do a taste test with Henrik a little bit later when it's time for dessert, but not bad, I don't think. Okay, first bite.
Mmm. It was really good.
Amazing.
So good.
You love it?
Delicious.